Hi.
Hello.
Welcome back to Custom Shit. It's your boy KB back in the building for episode 64. It should be. Now, I'm sitting here with two awesome lady barbers. I hate to say that shit, but that's how the term is out there. It sucks, but we're just barbers.
Yes.
I have to the left of me Miss Carrier Myers. Come on, introduce yourself. Say hello to the people.
Hello, guys.
You to move from the microphone.
Wow,
shit! I done messed it up. Sorry. There we go. You do it right here. There we go. Let's get that going. Come on, introduce yourself.
Guys, I'm LeGacies Meyer from Legacy Hair Studio, and I'm just blessed to be here.
And then to the right of me, we have Quan Le Barber.
Yes.
At Quan Le Barber. That's what the thing is.
Yep.
Ooh, look.
Quan Le Barber.
Quan Le Barber. All right. So to just keep things going real quick, like you brought something to my attention that I didn't even fucking know.
What's that? Women's History Month.
I had no idea. I'm like,
period.
When she said that shit, I'm like, oh, all right. Like that's what's up. Like I had no idea. Like when I didn't know when.
Shout out to all the queens out there.
Yeah. So this episode came right on time.
Yes, absolutely.
I was thinking about it on my drive over. I'm like, oh, this is cool.
It is super cool. It is super cool. What way to, pay homage to, female barbers, lady barbers in the industry, in this male-dominated industry,
And we're going to get into that, right?
All right.
But
correct.
Last episode, right? I don't know if anybody, well, I said it. One of my favorite shows, one of my favorite movies is Brown Sugar.
Okay.
And in the movie, one of the characters is
I've seen it like one time.
And so now Logan is in the movie, right? And she plays like editor for Double XL. And every time she interviews, people in her field, she starts out the same way. And I find it very fitting for me to do the same thing, kind of sort of, because as barbers, it doesn't start off for everybody as a passion, but it can grow into one. So my question to you both, whoever can think of an answer first, is when did you first fall in love with barbering?
Well,
I don't take it.
Here we go.
So I'm an artist at heart. So I always drew like anything I could like just make something out of. So that was the thing. But growing up, we were told artists didn't make, a good living. So I was like, all right, I could do hair. So it was hair I fell in love with, just trying to, just the styles, just like, I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to do men and women. Like, I didn't want anybody to sit in my chair and ask me for something and I couldn't provide.
And you're dual license, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of that takes a lot.
It wasn't.
Did you go like the school route, or did you go school and you went to apprentice?
I paid for barber in school.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So did you get your license first in cosmetology?
Yeah, so this is the thing. You got to learn the game.
I'm listening.
But I'm
just a sponge.
The game. Go ahead. Go.
So
get
the
into
game
it.
Here's innovation. This type of innovation only comes from women. But go on.
It's like I did reach out to plenty master barbers and asked them like, hey, look, I'm already a licensed cosmetologist. I really want to learn how to fade. I want to learn how to cut. Will you teach me? You got to stand up all day. You got to cut in 15 minutes. I'm like,
why?
Oh, I'm like, okay. So then one guy, he was willing to teach me, but he wasn't licensed himself. And he was like, just go to barber school. I know the perfect one. So he sent me to Avera's hair.
Oh, there we go. Vera alumni. High five.
In Dundalk. And I went there.
That's where I went.
Paid out of pocket. Found out, because I'm a licensed cosmetologist and my license is valid, it was half the price.
Yeah,
but
half the hour.
And half the hours.
Mm-hmm.
However, I'm a natural talent, so I knew how to do hair before I went to hair school. I only went to hair school because you grew up on this thing, the best stylist was the kitchen beautician. But then I was saying that kitchen money, and I saw the license money, and I'm like, I'm going to go ahead and get my license and go ahead. But I feel like going to barbering school, to me, I feel like my skills got top notch. Like, it enhanced my hair skills. Like, I really feel like I learned more. Like, everything just started to make sense. So I really don't see why they separate the two. Because I really feel like if it's all taught as one, you're very like you come out more well-rounded, and like your skills it just takes off.
I don't understand. You know what's funny about what you just said? You don't, like you said, do you understand why they separate the two, right? And it trips me out, like on a licensing exam.
Yeah.
It's one specific question that stood out to me that got on my fucking nerves. It was like, what type of braid is this? Like when you put hair, like it was a feed-in. I knew that shit, but I'm like, why the fuck is this on a barbering exam? I ain't braiding the fucking thing.
That's interesting because the braiding chapter is a new chapter. It's not even like the Milady's books.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing that
I have
shit.
3 different kinds of books. I keep all my books because I've been to hair school 3 times. So I quit and gave up every time.
That's a woman.
And you here, period.
That is a woman.
That's why I love her.
But I kept all those books in that chapter. I think it probably didn't get into the books until the 90s. So you gotta think. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think to my knowledge, the braiding chapter, like with the extensions, is a fairly new chapter. Like it wasn't always there because those books, you know.
I don't remember that chapter at all. I just knew the answer because it was common sense to me being in this field.
I don't know. I don't think it's in the barber book. And my barber book is in my shop.
Yeah, it was a lot of things on the barbering exam. I'm looking like, why the fuck do you think I'm supposed to know that?
The zoning laws.
The hardest part to me was the hardest part to me was the state laws.
Yeah,
honestly, because that's not in the book.
But here's the thing: that's the difference between your regular license and your senior or your master license. When you go back to test, you really are literally going back to test for the laws and statutes. You're really not testing for anything else to get that upgrade, to get that, oh, I'm a senior, oh, I'm a master's. So if you can go do your research and get that, then, you know, but it's just like people, I don't know why they don't do it. I think everybody who gets their license should try to get their senior, because what better way to give back and have apprentices under you if you want to expand? Some people don't want to expand. Some people don't want to, you know, grow a community or whatever the case may be. But to go back to, you know, your initial question.
Hold on. Excuse me. Sorry. What initial question?
Your initial question of, you know, when you fell in love with barbering.
Before you give your answer.
Okay.
I have to go through an announcement or two real quick.
Okay.
I was looking for a segue real quick, but I didn't know it was going to go that fast into what you was going.
Okay.
So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't mind me. This is a very.
That's like that. What was that video in that school board meeting, and that lady was shopping, and that guy was like, "Yeah, you over there shopping on that."
What are you talking about?
Yeah, like pause for a second. Hold up, cuz.
Like I didn't know that was going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. We're a few minutes in now, but I always have to remind my listeners, my viewers, whatever. Feel free to visit thecustbykb.com. You know, we got these beautiful products. I got t-shirts, money's in the details. I got some electric shavers. I got do-rags. I got fucking all kinds of shit. Go on custbykb.com for your product, your barber products and accessories. We even got the hot beard picks.
See, I'm trying to get on your level.
You know, see, there you go. Hold up, y'all skipping too much. Hold up, let me get through my announcements because these questions that's coming.
Okay.
But feel free to go to custbykb.com, buy some shit. I'll have it delivered to you real quick. And also, as we announced on the last episode, you know, now if you would like to support the show, you can by going to patron.podbean.com/KNS. Send a nigga some money. Don't make me bring my leg out again, please. Like I did the last time. If you watched the last video.
Yes.
And, you know, shout out to our new listeners, our new viewers, all that stuff. Welcome. And, you know, that's my quick little, you know, I got to throw that out there to make sure people know where to, you know, support a nigga and all this other good stuff. Now.
We jumping back on the highway?
How did you fall? When did you first fall in love with barbering?
So for me, it wasn't, for me, it was more so the versatility, like Quan touched on. I wanted to be able to do anybody's hair. And I have this big thing. I want to do hair for like movies and TV shows. And, you know, I want to be able to travel and just, I don't want to get somewhere and not be prepared, right? So as, in the industry, just being able to do both men and women is a big deal. So for me, I went, you know, I started off small and...
Excuse me. The question is, when did you fall in love with barbering? At what stage of your life? What point?
So I was
There we go.
I would say, you know, I fell in love with hair as just the transformation aspect of it, right? The transformation aspect of being able to just transform people. I was young, y'all. I was like 6, 7 when because when you go to a hair salon for the first time and you see how people walk in and then you see how people walk out, that sticks with you. And you say to yourself, like, I can do that to somebody. And then that's how I did it.
You know what's funny when you say that, right? Because I tell people all the time, like, this is the transformation for me. Like, of course I want my money, but I take it's like brings me joy to watch this ugly son of a bitch. Excuse my language. This funny this
Right, I don't call nobody ugly.
Whatever.
I don't got kids yet.
I love the reaction of the
it's like, but just like,
but it's hard with these masks now, y'all. Like, I don't know.
It's in the eyes.
It
I'm
is.
a person. I look people in their eyes.
Yeah.
I recognize people with their masks on.
Yeah, but like when you take them from, y'all remember that
Some
show, Jenny
people,
Jones?
Yes,
Y'all remember that show? It was like from geek to chic.
Yes.
It's like you taking this person
Yes.
from looking crazy to looking like, oh,
Yes. You remember
yeah,
Jenny Jones?
like you don't remember that?
Nah.
How old are you?
Y'all gonna ask me my age?
My bad.
Dang!
You don't have to answer.
No,
It's okay.
It's okay. Look, don't tell on us.
Yeah, you don't have
We
to
telling
answer.
our
It's
age.
okay.
We telling our age.
But no, I don't know those. But I take it that they're transformation shows.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, it was a talk
Yeah.
show. That was just like one of the
things. It was like
she
they
was really
take,
popular for her transformation.
yeah, it's like taking the ugly ducklings and
Like,
turning them into
yeah.
swans and shit like that.
But that's my whole thing. Like the client's reaction, I love when they turn around, they cry, they have a testimony. Like, yeah, I am a therapist to a lot of my clients.
We are therapists.
They therapists to me
I'm
too.
a friend. I'm a mother to some of my clients. I'm like a
sister,
a second wife, or a husband. I'm just all like I play a lawyer sometimes. Like I was a correctional officer for 9 years before I fully went into doing hair. So it's like I think my background helped me evolve.
Centered around people.
Yeah, it's always been centered around people, different types of people. One of my first jobs was at Nordstrom, and everybody Nordstrom is known for their customer service. So like learning those skills.
That was back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, back in the day.
Because customer service nowadays,
Nordstrom. But I mean, like I said, that was back in the day. But anyway, I feel like it helped, around me as a barber, just a business professional. So like, I don't want anybody to sit in my chair and feel uncomfortable. If you want to be quiet, you can be quiet.
Mm-hmm. That's how I am.
Cool too.
That's how I am. You want to talk? See, that's tough. Yeah.
You exercise that?
What? Do I exercise? No, I
Do
just
you
go
want
with-
to talk?
No, I just
Oh, I'm about to say, I ain't
I
exercise.
always have a way of making people talk. Like I always
You
like,
seem very conversational.
yeah, but people, yes, I am.
Yeah.
And like some clients, you ever get the client that come in with the attitude?
Yeah, of course.
And
It's typically
like,
with me though.
It's like not with you, but they just want to,
The energy just off.
Yeah, and they want to pick at everything. Like, oh, you missed a spot. Oh, what you
Oh
doing?
no, not them.
Oh,
I don't get them no more.
Yeah, when you first start off,
Yeah,
for us
yeah,
as
2
ladies,
years ago, yeah.
For us as ladies, we get that a lot, especially when
Even if you've already
Yeah,
proven yourself to them.
And that was that. And
They could have been in your chair for 15. This is their 15th time in your chair.
And that was going to be my next question for y'all, like because I have a female barber upstairs, and I told her from the jump, like, you're going to get the side eye, like all the time. Not only is because not only because in this shop you're a new face, but you're also a woman, and I haven't had a whole lot of barbers in my life. I started cutting my hair at 12, so it's like the few times I had a woman cut my hair, and I ain't like it. I ain't lying. I didn't like it.
Different. I hear different.
Yeah, I didn't like it the first time. But when I went to barber school at Avera, it was this, I forgot her name, but she was nice as a son of a bitch. And then hell no, she was mean. I forgot the girl name that cut my hair though, but she was nice with it. And I was like, oh, all right, cool. So it changed the whole thing. So it's like, as women in a male-dominated field, it's like y'all gotta double prove yourselves. How is that? Like, is that pressure, or like, do y'all thrive off of that type of challenge when you see somebody that might be doubting you? Because I know it's there. I see it all day, every day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I kind of live by like my own. I'm a free spirit, so I'm gonna do what I want to do. Regardless, that's how I look at it. it is pressure. However, I really feel like it depends on where you go with your business. Like I'm on my own, I'm in my own suite, so I make my own rules. Versus when I was working with somebody, you know, I couldn't cut on a certain day, I couldn't cut at a certain time. So I feel like it puts you in a box.
Who does that?
So
I mean, no, not mine. I don't want to hear about nobody else's business.
But I'm saying, but even like when
That's
even
not how
for
it is
working
here,
for corporate barbershops, you know what I'm saying? You can't take too long because they want the client retention. They want you to be able to cut 20 people in a certain amount of time, and you know your commission is not adding up. So it's a lot of pressure, and those type of places normally hire females.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I just had to step out on that faith and be like, look, girl, you got this, you can cut.
You know what, your answer for that question gave me a whole nother question. This is why I like this type of dialogue, because this type of shit, I can just come up with a few talking points and then it goes from there.
Right.
Now, when we met, a lot of people don't know this, right? Well, I got to give a small announcement. I be teaching classes and shit sometimes.
You fell off. You taught one class.
You and
one class, and that was it.
Yeah, I taught one class, but
and that was it.
You were in
Wait,
it.
I was in it.
So and that's in like what I wanted to ask. Like, you worked at a corporate barber, you worked for one of those corporate chains.
Yes.
Yeah,
but you have to want, yes, that's why I met Quan.
I was the only barber there.
The only real barber?
The only licensed barber.
Was Joe there when you were there?
No, he came later.
Oh, okay.
He came later.
But here's the thing, right? As any stylist, I hate to... What?
You kind of wild me out a little bit. Like,
no.
Does that mean I need to teach more classes or something?
You
like
do.
That?
I'm kind of disappointed because, you know, life happens. And, you know, you don't know everybody's situation. You don't know everybody's story. But I think that you had a great turnout for that, for one class being your first class. And think about it. It's 3 years later. It's 3 years later. If you would have kept doing classes, imagine how many more people you would have influenced. And
Can I tell you a secret?
Go ahead. Go for it. I ain't even
I'm going to do a class this year.
Corey.
I know, but go ahead. I don't ever stay on topic. Everybody listens to the show knows it.
Dang.
I am doing a class this year.
Okay.
I was actually thinking about doing like a series of classes, like a barber boot camp type thing. I'm not gonna go into details because I don't want people.
Okay, you gotta get your logistics together.
Yeah.
From what I took away from your class, it was a great starting point for you to kind of build off of. Mm-hmm. And had you been hungry or passionate about, educating, right? You could have built off of that, because you can tell I'm very big on education. And when I go to a class, I know the difference between somebody who just teaching me something that they know how to do, and I know the difference between an actual educator. Now, when I went to Corey's class, you from Baltimore? Yeah. Okay, so I'm like, oh, this is just a Baltimore guy. He knows what he's doing, and he's teaching us what he knows. He's not necessarily an educator, but I said to myself, if he continues to do this, he's going to become a great educator, So when I noticed that you didn't do any more classes after that, I was like, dang, So with going back to my initial thought, it's a lot of people out here that's just teaching what they know how to do, and they're not actual educators, and they don't, they're not looking to build community, right? Mm-hmm. And when you decide to take on that role of teaching somebody something, you have to think. You have a responsibility. For you might have been in the industry for 10, 15 years, but that person might have, this is their first time cutting. So you have played a big part in their journey or milestone. You get what I'm saying? So it makes a difference. It makes a world of a difference. And that's why consistency is so important in this industry for us, because the problem is we live in this microwave society where people want things to happen so quick, and if it don't pop like they want it to, they fall off, or they just get discouraged, or whatever the case may be. Life happens. They find every excuse in the book to be like, you know what? No, or it just is what it is. I just fell off. No, when you take on that responsibility, you building a community, you building a team away from your team. You know what I mean? So I forgot even where that came from. but
don't worry
But
about
you're
it.
right.
but
Me
yeah,
too. It sounded good
a,
as a son of a bitch.
it's a
But
big
nah,
deal.
like-
It's a big deal. But yes, that's where me and Corey met. Me and Corey met, and I found a class on Eventbrite. We were working together at the corporate barbershop, and I was like, I was hungry to get better. I wanted to put in the work, and I knew that I wasn't getting what I needed where I was at. So I had to venture out and find other people to teach me besides YouTube, to teach me what I needed to learn, because I wanted to be great. I wanted to be much better, right? So I got on Eventbrite. I found Ashley D. Renee. That's how I found it. And then Corey was giving a class. I went, didn't know what to expect, and boom, we're here 3-4 years later.
But did you learn anything?
Absolutely, I learned
Did it
something
help you?
at that time. Absolutely,
That works for me.
yeah.
I don't need a whole lot of validation, as long as it helps you. But you know what? The thing about that, the reason why I haven't done any more classes is because, first of all, I never wanted to teach classes.
So what made you do that class?
Because I went to a class at her shop, and she was like, "Would you be interested in?" All right, set that shit up. Let me know when I need to show up.
Okay.
I'll post whatever. Like, it wasn't like a thing where I cultivated the whole thing. Like, no. But now with this idea that I have in my brain that I have to put out in the world before,
With your brand and everything like that, why not?
Yeah, now you know that the boot camp idea is
In the works.
a brainchild of mine that I can be passionate about, that I can, push with great confidence.
Okay.
And want to do it more often,
Yeah.
because at this point, at this stage of my career, it's like, you ain't busting much more hair you can cut.
See, okay.
For me, personally, like, especially now with my leg, like, I don't want to cut that much hair. Like, the amount of hair that I used to cut versus now, like, I cut way less.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was out at the time when I did that class, I was 20, 25 a day, easy. 20, 25 a day, easy. Now it's like 12, 13.
Yeah.
If I hit 15 for a day, I'm just showing the fuck up. I'm just on some greedy shit.
To cut that many, or
I don't.
However many can fit in my schedule.
Yeah, but are you cool with that? Like, do you like, you know what?
Yes.
I'm good.
I'm a work guy. Like, I enjoy the benefits that, ownership and being a business owner. I enjoy the benefits that brings, but real talk, I'm a worker. Yeah. I'll be here. I just stopped working 6 days a week. I don't have to do that shit. Like, I don't.
Once you realize it, it's like it really hits you, and you're just like, you know what? I don't have to do this.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? Work 5 days now.
You be so nervous about, like, oh, what I'm going to do, or what if I can't do that? What if this person need a haircut? What is this? Am I going to make less money?
Yeah.
Or, and then when you really just say, you know what, just do it. And you do it, you see still cutting the same amount of people in less time and making way more money. Way more money. You're like, dang, all right, I should have been this. But I really feel like that's you evolving as a business professional.
Yeah.
You're going to see your next level.
I've always had this idea that duly licensed, people make a shitload of money.
Okay.
But hold up. But then I stopped thinking that way as the years went by. Now my question to how, being that y'all stylists, barbers and stylists, barber stylists, but however you want to do it. How do y'all?
We are artists.
Artists, okay. But how do y'all make that work? Like, what are you doing? Like a weave for 1 minute and then the fade the next? Like, how does that work in y'all schedule?
Go ahead.
To maximize,
you gotta be able. For me, I'll say for me, I can switch gears quick. I can have a whole color and extension client at 9 a.m. do her from 9 to 12, and then take my break or whatever, take a little lunch, and then at 1, I know I got to do a fade real quick, and then turn around after that fade. I know I got to do a color and a silk press or something like that. I have good time management and good balance, and when you have control with time management and good balance, when you have control of your own schedule, it's easy for you to have a very smooth day.
Yeah.
It's not a lot. Your talent, your creativeness, I mean, that's a given, right? But if you can get that time, if you know that, hey, it's going to take you this amount of time for this person, it's smooth sailing. It really isn't. It's not even. It's just first nature to just go from one thing to the other. You get what I'm saying? Because it just is what it is. It's really no different. It's all just the art of it, right?
That's a hell of a zone to stay in. Because for me, like, even like
it's
when
not
we
work
were waiting.
to me. And I think when you look at it like it's work, that's when you have those days. Something piss you off, or you ain't cutting as good. I'm doing what I love to do. Like, I really, like, I was just saying to my mother, I was like, I'm playing on getting from behind the chairs. I'm about 65, 70. Like,
oh, no, not me. No, I don't know about all that. I love what I do.
That's love. That is love.
Like, I really like to me, doing hair, that's my zen.
But
like,
you know what?
That's
That's
I
how
love
it
it
was
too.
at a
I can
Barbers,
respect
too.
that.
I mean, I'm not going to stay like, I mean, I have other plans.
Right.
If I still plan on having a clientele.
Absolutely.
I know
I agree with
I
that.
cut, even if it's 5 people.
Or one person or whatever, just to
Yeah.
get that creative adrenaline rush, kind of, sort of, at
I
that
really
age.
feel like it's good for the mind. It's good for the body. It keeps you on your toes.
It keeps you
like,
sharp. It does.
It does.
Absolutely.
And I feel like you know, you have to stay active. And I think like it encourages me to take better care of myself now, because these are the plans that I have 30 plus years from now. You know, so it just I feel like with me, it took me a minute to get that schedule together. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm gonna say
because
I'm
not for every- yeah.
Because I can, before you tell me, like, can I? Because for me, as a barber that does like different services,
yeah,
I know, like, damn, I gotta do this. I gotta do a cut and color. But shit, I can squeeze another. Yeah, like that's how my brain works. I'm like, how does? I'm sure at some point, like it's a conflict. Because if I can have a conflict with just like a fade, a regular, and a little bit of color, I can imagine going from something long like that. It might take you an hour or two. I don't know how the styles take, but I know for me, I cut maybe 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
But then you gotta go do this for an hour and a half or two, like.
Well, it's also different too, Corey, because you're in an open concept place, right?
Yeah.
Whereas though we're in one small space
You take
control.
walk-ins, right?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh. So, but did you always not take walk-ins? Were you always appointment only?
No, of course not.
Okay, so like there, I think that's another thing. Like
I didn't do color
I
and
haven't
stuff
ever worked
either.
since I've been on my own. I haven't ever done the walk-in thing.
Like
I've had maybe a few times, but not like if people just bum rushing.
But being in
all
a suite,
day.
do you get a lot of walk-ins?
I do. I mean, and that's what I mean. Yeah, we got a lot of walk-ins.
Really?
Yeah, all the time.
I get a lot of random requests, like people who will just come into the building and be like, "Oh, I want to see LEGACIES," and they'll come to my door like, "Yeah, this person is up front asking for you," and it's just like,
walk-ins. But
no.
But for the most part, I mean, I turn down a lot of people, because I prefer to do the appointment. It helps me stay organized, and I'm just big on organization. And I
still
also
got all your books. I would say.
but I feel like
tell you where them
I
shits
just
at.
wanted that, like me.
But it says something for your business too. When a client, I do not want to be known as a stylist that's late all the time, but has the nerve to want grade A tips and Christmas gifts, and you want that person to be
I
on
fucking
time.
love y'all because this is the kind of shit I wanted to hear.
I'm
People need to hear this shit.
not like that. I
I'm
give
not gonna lie.
grade A service, and that's why my clients take care of me how I take care of them. You know what I mean? They know how I am about my time management. They know that, even if I'm a minute late or 2 minutes late, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be 5 minutes late or whatever, which is very rare. And my clients, they all know. But you have to think, I think, long term, right? I think expansion. So, your reputation, just certain things. I never wanted to be that late person who complain and have so much anxiety all the time because you can't get your book together. Yeah. You know what I mean? No. You make an excuse. Put the work in. Sit down, figure out how long it takes you to cut. How long does it take you to cut when you're talking to somebody? How long does it take you to cut if you're going straight through and you're not talking at all? You know what I mean?
I have something like a rhetorical question.
Go for it.
Name one successful business without structure.
You did one successful.
Name one successful business that doesn't have structure.
These online boutiques.
Successful?
I mean,
I don't know if businesses are successful. Everybody's definition of success is different.
Yeah. So I was going to say.
What you mean, Corey?
What's your definition of success? Like, what do you determine?
Success nowadays is a lot of fraud.
I feel like it's very loosely used.
See, here's the thing.
We listen.
I mean, success is just success
like
to me.
Consistent
revenue. Yeah, like that's manageable.
That's
has like because
yeah.
For you to be an online boutique, you have to have some sort of structure.
Yeah, but
that's all I'm saying. Like because
the
things that y'all are saying right now is your clients take care of you because of how you operate, because how you structured your business, and you stick to it. That's all I'm saying. That's the point I'm trying to make. Like you gotta have that structure for you to have clients that respect your structure. That makes it even better because that means you can respect them as they can respect. Everything is mutual at this point. We understand each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So I have a client. He's never been on time since I've met him. Ever.
We all have both.
But when I say like I feel like my clients take care of me because of the bond we have. Like I like my client, like my family. I don't have no friends outside. Like my clients is like people.
Really,
yeah,
I'm not like that.
I stay because I'm a mother. So when I'm off work, I'm mom. And I'm taking care of my family. But when I'm at work with my clients, like we talk about everything. Like we like family. So if he's late, I know he's so late because his friend, I cut his best friends too, and he said he's been late their whole friendship over 40 years. So that right there kind of gave me an idea what type of person. So once I found out what he did for a living and got to know him, I'm like, he just really has an issue with time. So what I do is I give him a time because I know he's going to be late, but I schedule him the time I need him to be there. He's always on time for that time. So that's how I work that out. I schedule people and it works.
That's structure.
But when I say that's one of my biggest tippers, he really looks out. Like knowledge, when it comes to, economics, finances, that's his arena. Like, so I've learned, I take the...
It's a trade-off.
So I feel like it's about the money because you're going to get paid. But I feel like the people that I cut, I'm so blessed to have as a clientele. Like I've learned so much and grown as a person. They connected me, and it's just like it's so funny. The old shop, the guy used to always say, he said, and that just helps me just grow as a person. Like this was a big leap of faith, get my own suite, because you hear so many stories. They the water don't be working, or they lock the place up, or be people crazy walking by, girl. You gonna be in there like by yourself? And I'd be like, oh man, I don't want to be paying all this money, So I was just like, fuck it, just go for it,
Yeah, because
just go for it. So I went for it.
So you left the shop environment. It wasn't strange. Being solo.
It was, and I was worried about who was gonna follow me. And I took.
Really?
You take a big L.
I took a big cut in clientele because I was right across the street from the hospital, and I was getting at it. Like them people was coming down themselves, all across the street getting their haircut, going home. But when they was like, "You in Towson?" Oh, I'm going to stay over here. Most people live west side, so I'm like, all right. But I sat down and I added. I knew what price I wanted to charge. I knew what was reasonable. With today's world and the pandemic played a big role in that. I ain't gonna lie, this pandemic, I've been extremely blessed. So with that, it just helped me. I know the minimum amount of people I can take to make money. So like if I get this number in 5 days that I work, I'm good. Like if I get more, I always have space for more, but this is the minimum. And I always hit it. I always go over. So it's like I always just set goals. I just keep leveling up. I don't think negative. I don't ever say like, oh, it's slow. People complain about salons being slow after Christmas, July. You know what I mean?
I have a question for you. How long have you been cutting hair?
I've been licensed as a barber since 2015. I've been a licensed cosmetologist since 2012. But I've done hair like in shops, my little hustle, catching the buzz, doing braids. When I was 12.
That's beautiful. And like I'm listening to you, and it make me realize like how blessed.
Yeah.
How blessed I am too. Like because I don't know no slow. I can't tell you the last time I had a slow day. And now, like, even if it is a slow day, it's not even viewed as a slow day.
Yeah,
I'm getting a
it's
break.
always something to
Like,
do.
yeah, like I'm
I look
getting
at
a
it
break.
as a chill day.
Like,
Yeah, like today was a
like,
chill day.
But I don't know because I remember the last time I really had a slow week.
Like I remember sitting in the chair when my first shop I worked in. It was my sister on. I was 19, and she only got me to braid. She was like, you don't have no license, you can't, do anything. And we had a barber in there, and that guy, he did hair and he cut, but he mostly cut guys' hair. But he was just saying, once you get in that groove, just stay there. Like don't think negative. Just keep, they'll come. You gotta and this was before social media. So I feel like if you started back then and you made a way, this social media thing, that ain't nothing. Mm-hmm. Like seriously, you're not going to see the say no, you're not popular and you don't have 10,000 followers, but I'm telling you, your bank account say otherwise.
What do you need 10,000 as a barber? What do you need 10,000?
That's people argument sometimes.
I got.
It amazes me.
You can't cut 10,000 people.
But see, here's the thing: a lot of times, social media they make it to where as though these Gen Zs and millennials and stuff like that, they base you before they even look at your work. They look at your following. Yeah. Before they even look at your work, they look at your following and your bio, and that's a big issue. You can have a big following and be a trash artist. Really, you can have terrible customer service. You can have a terrible setup. Really, I mean, think about the convenience of even booking an appointment with somebody. You know what I mean? Think about how they have everything set up online. Like that tells you a lot about a professional, right? Mm-hmm. Just their online presence, their online setup, But my issue is that a lot of times they judge you based off of your numbers before they even look at your work sometimes, Mm-hmm. And that's the second part about.
I feel like you've had these types of conversations before.
What you mean?
Because I didn't know that.
What? That people judge you off of your numbers before you. Yeah. Absolutely, they do.
I don't know how people judge me. I let my work speak for itself.
Yeah.
So, I don't even care about the likes, none of that. I mean, it's nice. It's cool to get, everybody want to be shown some appreciation. And that's how I look at it. I look at people appreciate me, not people validating me, because I validate myself. So I look at it like whatever I post.
You validated yourself when you posted it.
When you validated yourself when you got that license. Right. You validated yourself when you decided. When you exactly when you decided that. Yeah, I knew that was it.
So you can't. I'm telling you. I tell anybody. You can't tell me I can't cut hair.
Right.
I know I can cut hair.
Right.
So I took a class with a really well-known barber recently, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really. He was nice. He was respectful, but he took clients during our one-on-one, and I paid him quite a bit of money, and I felt like that wasn't a proper way to teach somebody.
He wasn't an educator.
Exactly. Even my client was like, that wasn't cool. The client that I took. So I said, okay. And what I learned, I actually watched it on YouTube and ended up figuring it out. But I say all that to say, sometimes, like you said, if people view you, that virtual reality way, they never get the real you. So I don't care about that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like my work won't speak for itself. When people see me in the streets, I always speak. When you come to my shop, what you see is what you get. My thing is I like dressing up when I go to work. Me so too. I don't go in there looking with my hair all over my head. If my hair mess, just like today, I'm gonna have my cute hat on. Mm-hmm. I like that. I like when my clients come, oh, you look nice today. I've been told, oh, make sure when you do make it, don't dress up too much because you don't want people to think you're getting too much money, or make sure you look bummy. And I'm thinking,
but here's the thing,
look like that.
But here's the thing, you can't say. Well, I don't think that we can say as artists, right? This day and age, right now, this technological age that we're in now, we can't say that we don't care about it, right? Because if we didn't care about it, we'd be like Jay-Z. No Twitter, no Instagram, no nothing, right? His name literally speaks for himself. He don't do none of the social media stuff. But we understand as business people, I use it. I don't care about it on a social aspect. I literally use it for business, for my portfolio, because when people, even if you get a word of mouth referral, oh, what's her whatever, or she got a business card or something like that, and they just want to have something to look at, right? So you just have to have something out there.
Sure.
What the hell just happened?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? So
are you still recording?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The audio, yeah. That should just go off, Chris.
I think it died.
Oh man, the goddamn iPad died.
I hope it saves. Does it save?
Huh?
It's charging up, ain't it?
It's on the charger.
He's getting too real for him.
It got real. It's okay.
But no.
Yeah, see what the hell happened. Yeah, she died.
Yeah.
How the fuck did we die on the charger?
When it overpowers, it gets too much. When it's running with the video, it's like heat and it breaks down. So it'll stop. It'll cut off. My phone do it all the time. And you use the Barbers clippers, the cordless ones.
I used to go
God,
FX.
I just dropped mine
Yeah, the Go
yesterday. I had a fit.
they do that too. So
I don't use them that much.
I use those a lot, and when they die, you can plug them in. But if you use them plugged in too long, they
won't work.
Same thing. They cut off. They
them.
shut down. They get really hot. You gotta let them chill for a long time.
I got one of them Tune 45 Power Max.
Oh, yeah.
So mine is always on the charger anyway.
I be so worried it's gonna overcharge.
I'm sorry, speaking of which, I have some of those on cutbycandy.com.
Okay. I like the Tune 45.
Go look at them joints.
Enhancer spray. I like how it
I don't
dries.
use
You don't
any
use
of
that?
Yeah.
You don't use fibers or anything?
Oh no, I don't use Tune 45s.
Oh. I've used it once.
I use
I use hair fibers.
I use hair fibers and I use
Airbrush.
airbrush.
I don't use the airbrush. I feel like it was I don't know. I guess I probably should have invested in a better one, but it was like
What kind did you have?
a little cordless one with a little piece hanging. It's a little heavy.
Oh,
And you
I got
plug it in
the
charger.
temp tube.
Mm.
I felt like it was,
I didn't like that.
it was like
You know, like what?
the temp too.
I love
All
it.
that money.
I love it.
I use fibers. That's it. I don't use any airbrush.
I think this temp tube is good for like skin airbrush. Like if you doing somebody's makeup or something.
That's what it
okay.
is.
Yeah,
It's makeup.
yeah. But I don't like it for the haircut.
That's what's up. I love that shit. Like,
I don't know. I might have
For
to take
me-
a class and use it better, you know. But
yeah, because
I ain't like it.
I took what's the guy names? I took Andy Authentic's class, the last
Okay.
class that he had gave online, I think. Because after that, Jalen Rose cut went nuts online. I was like, I need to learn how to fuck. When I saw that class, I need to see his
I didn't
steps.
see it.
Why do people be trying to say he don't use enhancements in his haircut?
I
Who?
probably use
Jalen
that.
Rose.
Yeah,
Yes.
his hair's dyed like a son of a bitch.
Hold on, y'all. Who's that?
But that's
The commentator on Jalen and Jacoby.
I ain't gonna lie. So, like, I am a person who does not watch TV.
Oh, you don't watch ESPN?
You don't watch
music.
ESPN?
Oh, okay. Wait. So I got this client I
He got
traveled
that-
to.
This haircut was all over
And
the
he does.
world. Like,
He watches ESPN every time I travel to go cut his hair. So that's the most ESPN. I
Okay.
get, and that's probably once every 2 months.
Mm.
So, but now I know what y'all talking about now.
Mhm.
yeah, because I mean, when I saw that haircut, I'm like, oh, look, that's one of the most perfect haircuts I've ever seen in my goddamn life.
So when y'all
So when I
watch
saw
TV
him-
and film, or just go out to y'all sad people
Yes.
all day?
Of course we do.
Absolutely.
No, look, some people don't. Some people don't.
I can't turn
do.
off.
Like I can't. It's hard. Like,
I haven't
when I'm
turned off in years.
Black, white, Asian, Indian. I'm
It
looking
don't
at
matter.
your
I'm
hair.
looking. Yeah, me
I
too.
am looking
Mhm.
at your hair. I am.
Me
all
too.
time.
It's something about the manipulation, being able to have that type of control over somebody's hair and making it do exactly what you want it to do and making it look like how you want it to look. It's something so satisfying about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. But I ain't gonna lie. It'd be days I'd be like, oh man.
Like
I'd
certain
be like,
people.
Bro, what
Yeah.
did you do? I had this guy. As soon as they said shops could open, I went back to work May 1st, 2020. You know, the essential staff only. Had a guy come in, book me. He looked like he had that do-rag on since they said you couldn't go outside. And he took it off. I mean, it was a mess. I was just like, oh man. But when I finished, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, it took me an hour and a half to cut his hair, get his face together, you know, and I just took my time. But when he finished, he looked like a whole new person. Or whatever. Gave me $100 tip and everything. So after that, I was like, I'm the shit.
Some stuff makes me feel like I can do anything. Y'all haven't like transformed somebody to the point where when they walk out, you be like, I'm just a bad mother.
Yeah.
I hated that time though.
Yes, with the essential.
The
I
quarantine
hated
cut.
that shit because it was
That
so
was rough.
frustrating.
Coming back or being in it.
Just doing it, like, because
It was weird.
All right, I'm gonna tell you what happened.
It's still weird. Y'all don't.
I work a full.
Do y'all PPE and everything?
Oh,
yeah.
It's still weird for me.
That's the thing. That's why I didn't
Not
understand.
these masks.
The only thing, it was a barber.
Everybody
He
here
always
so
wore a
bad.
mask. I forget his name, but he always wore a mask. So that's why I was like, he had like different printed ones. So, but I'm always, cleaned up and just back up. And the funny thing is, I had said cutting at the Naval Academy because it's a lot more, Caucasian hair. So straight hair flies in your face.
Oh, them hair splinters.
Like crazy.
It's like in your face, it be in your eyes, in your mouth, up your nose. So I used to say I wanted to get the clear mask for that, wear goggles or something. So when the mask came about, it was just a matter of finding what was comfortable for me because it was hard, at first, especially when everybody's selling them cotton masks and you breaking out under the mask and you sweating all day. And you're like, oh my God, my skin was terrible when that happened.
Luckily, I ain't had no problem.
But now, I mean, I've gotten used to it. It's better. But that wave of people that hadn't had a haircut since they said don't go outside,
it was horrible. It was a horrible experience.
Or the people that was really like paranoid.
No, did y'all get oh God, that one? Or the people who was like, you know what, I can't wait for her or whatever, and they tried to go to somebody else and you had to fix them. They messed them up so bad.
I like to laugh at those people.
Like,
I like it. It makes me laugh.
Where are you going though? Where were you really going?
Because one of my clients,
I call them dumb.
Her brother, her husband's brother said he could cut hair. He cut his kid's hair, so she was like, you know what?
Can't be but so bad.
He can't be exactly. She said, I told him shape me up for him. So when she sent me the picture, she ain't had no hair on the side. She ain't had no hairline no more. I was like, that's a shape up. she was like, I know, girl. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I laughed at it. I told her I was dead laughing. Like,
that is insane.
It was hilarious. She asked for a shape up, and he like skinned her. Like,
that's another thing though, y'all. Like working in different terminology is very big, right? Everybody's definition of a shape up can be totally different. For some people, like in a regular urban quote unquote barbershop, right? A shape up is the whole nine. I need you to, take my Caesar down, shape me up, do all that.
Lineup is the same thing.
And then some people feel like a lineup, and right, but some people think some clients feel like a shape up is the whole haircut.
No.
Can I tell y'all something? All right, let me look at the time. We've been sitting here talking for 47 minutes, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm just sitting here listening to two women.
We go through the same struggles.
No. I'm not even going to comment on the struggles of nothing like that. Come on, hold on. But I can clearly see the difference with women and men in this business. You guys are so much more compassionate.
Oh. We're very meticulous. You don't care.
I don't give a damn. Fuck it. No call, no show. I'm going to get paid anyway. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it's like, I don't care. I like when people be late. Just so I can leave. Oh, you thought I was going to sit here for 17 minutes waiting for your bitch ass, huh? I'm going. I don't care. Because I feel like I've been doing this shit and dealing with all these motherfucking people for so long. Sometimes it's like, hey, y'all can kiss my ass sometimes. I love y'all dearly. But y'all will respect me. Like, y'all not going to keep fucking wasting my time. I don't like it.
I feel like you got to attract that type of people. Like, you got to set yourself up to attract that.
Yeah, I don't have people that try me like that.
Thinking, like,
I don't know who. See, that is the thing.
But that's the thing. Like, I feel like, don't have the I don't give a fuck attitude. First of all, I had an attitude. I don't give a fuck if you come or not. I'm going to get paid regardless. So it's not going to trigger my emotions, and I really feel like the emotions that we have really like has a lot to do with the environment that you create for yourself. So if you one of them people that be in there,
I have great days.
Down,
this is what I'm saying.
Nigga, and all that shit.
I have great days.
But
I very rarely have this. This is the thing. I very rarely have a bad day at work.
I don't think I have bad days either.
I'm not saying you do. I'm just saying my environment for me is beautiful. I'm happy.
I feel like you work in the shop amongst other people and we work alone. That's a big difference too. Because when I
That's got to be the
when I
difference
worked
because
in the shop,
I'm fine.
being
Like,
the only female barber, it was good days and it was days that I would be in there ready to choke somebody. And it wouldn't be my clients. Like it would be because we decided to have a conversation, things got a little heated, and it's like I'm the only woman in there, and it's like all of these guys are like, and the first thing a guy, first thing they say
balance in my shop.
First
though.
thing they
like
say,
that's
see, that's good.
it's four. Hold up, it's 4 women here and 3 guys. Like we have great balance.
Right. So
it's like for me, my environment is cool and comfortable for me, and I think you're taking what I said out of context. It's not that I don't give a fuck. It's just this. It doesn't bother me no more.
So you feel like based off of what we talked about, we let more things bother us than you do?
No, y'all like.
No, go ahead.
I'm saying like because
we care more.
Yeah, because
aren't you supposed to care?
You don't care.
Sometimes for me,
you gotta care.
For me as a person, I feel like I need to remove my emotion.
Yeah,
because this is business. For like, I'm not saying y'all don't. I'm saying I.
But you said
have to remove
like you don't feel like you're compassionate at all.
I'm very compassionate, but y'all it's on a different level.
Okay, we more in touch with it.
Yeah, like
that's you still learning.
No.
All right.
I'm fine with you don't show up. That's fine.
You just go about it a different way.
I'm not gonna lose no sleep.
Me neither.
I am fine. Like, you all right? All right, cool. As long as you okay.
Right.
I'm just saying, like the way you guys speak, like y'all, it's like certain things that I wouldn't put that much thought into because I don't. It's not a thought of mine.
Like, give us an example.
When you went, oh shit, I can't remember.
Well, what me, my late client, me working around?
Yeah, like stuff like that. Like,
well, see, me personally,
I do it all the time too, but it's sometimes like, look,
no, I don't do it at all.
Well, I feel like
I'm very compassionate.
I like to understand people, especially when I like a person. I really try to.
And I also like to give them a hard time. I will cuss them out with a smile. Nah, nigga, get out my fucking face.
Oh no, he's been turned down.
But this is just how I do. Then kiss you leave me alone. Yeah, nigga, come on, 6:30.
I mean,
I'm fucking with you. Like
McDonald's mess up people's food all the time. People still go back. So I feel like, look, today was not the day. I need you to be on time. You're not on time today. You're not getting sand today. So if he still try to pull it, I mean, recently when it snowed or something, I think I told him to be there at 1:30, and I waited. I'm gonna give him till 1:43. If he's not here, I'm leaving. I got in my car. It was 1:43. I let my car heat up. It was 1:47. I pulled off, and he called at 2:01 and asked me was I there. And I was like, no, I went home. And that was the end of it. Like, he already knew.
Yeah, I do that.
So it wasn't like, oh, please, no, none of that. But
I don't go nowhere because I be having people scheduled all day. So where
I leave on purpose.
No, but I mean, like, no.
You 15 minutes late, I'll assume you're not coming. I'm gonna just go drive around the block.
You can't knock me back. You know, mess up my other clients. You know, I mean, and I run over like doing man weaves, depending on the person.
You like doing those?
I think I created monsters. That's about it. Because they like addicted to them, and I be thinking like, oh, I thought that was just for me a little test run. They like, no, big girl, I gotta get right. You know, the bitches is on me that. Like, what? But yeah,
you like doing this though?
I like doing it. It just it's tedious. It's tedious.
Single strand?
The single strand.
I don't like it.
It's very tedious.
I don't like it. I don't even want to do it no more.
I was so.
If somebody books me for that, I'm gonna be mad as hell.
Like I was. No, you know what I get mad about? When people book for services and then want something else that was supposed to add on, and they don't tell you until they get.
They don't read.
Yeah.
They don't
basically
read.
They don't read, and
because it's all there,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Or they keep booking for something, or they book something that takes long, and you like, why she ain't got that much hair? Why she book all of that? Like.
I wouldn't know nothing about that. Mine just a haircut.
Yeah, mine's a haircut, but I have like
mine's a specific.
But y'all had so many
specific.
different a lot more different
Like,
services.
I use Booksy Biz, so you know, you can basically explain the service. So because I like to give my services kind of fun, you know, catchy names, I like to break it down and explain it to them. You know, not all, but most, and read it. You know, if you think this is like, you know, like what you want, look at it. You know, but and then on Booksy, it'll show you my most popular services. So it's like people still will go book something like, oh yeah, but I wanted to add on this too. Like, why you just didn't do it on the website? You know? But
See, I think also that's the difference between traditional barbershops or shops like this, open floor concept salons and barbershops versus, you know, intimate or, you know, suites and studios and stuff like that. It's a totally different dynamic. Open floor concepts and, you know, shops and everything like that, salons, they have a different type of structure. They don't think deep into it. It's like, it is what it is. Haircut, it's not no long haircut, short haircut, medium length haircut, men's haircut. It's not, you know, it's just the haircut, you know. And for us, by our schedules having to be so balanced, everything has to be down to the T. You know what I mean? For everything to move smoothly. So in that sense, I am a lot more caring and compassionate because I need for my days to go smoothly because it affects my reputation at the end of the day. And I do care a lot about my reputation because I want to grow in my community and I want to, you know, be a little bit bigger. And I want this new generation that's coming up, I want them to have a good representation of what a groomer or what a stylist is supposed to be like. You know what I mean? Or not necessarily supposed to be like, or just a high standard, because I don't do the whole cussing out clients and stuff like that. I don't do the whole, it's just a certain decorum that I carry for myself as an individual. And not to say like I'm better than one person versus the other, but it's a certain type of professionalism that I carry that I think out of respect, not even the money wise, but just out of respect of humanity, really, that we should all have for one another. You know what I mean? And that's it. That's universal across the board, no matter if you want to carry a I don't care attitude or, you know, I want to be professional attitude. It's just about respect at the end of the day. Respect my business. If you're going to come in here, I respect you as a, you know, paying as a patron, respect me as a business, you know, and that's it. So I do have that compassion to just want to be organized in a sense. I do care because it's my reputation.
It's funny because it's still people out here that don't care that you.
It is.
So like
they don't care that
they don't care that you want to be organized, that you're, you know, you're professional.
Oh yeah.
Some people prefer the barbershop that's like, it's some guys that prefer. I had a client and he was like, you know, I love the way you cut, you know, my wife's hair and my son's hair, but I do want my son to have that barbershop experience.
You know what's interesting?
I get it.
It's a different level of camaraderie because I'm sitting here listening to what you're saying.
I get
like,
it.
It's a that type of atmosphere is like,
and I hear the opposite.
That type of atmosphere is normal for a lot of, you know, the barbershops here. And it's like because we have different kinds of relationships, especially amongst men. That's what I'm saying. Like this, you know, as it is a male-dominated industry, and I know as men we have a certain way of communicating with each other. It's all and for us, it's all out of love. Like that's my guy. Like,
yeah. But
so I understand what you're saying. Like,
that's
what I understand everything you're saying, but it's just a difference, you know, in camaraderie, in communication. Like this is the bonds we have.
I love working in the barbershop. Like my first barbershop, I was the braider. I was still the only female.
Yeah, I got people. Hey, girl, you rotten motherfucker.
I love the atmosphere. Like I love that somebody coming in there selling something. I ain't gonna lie, I loved it. I love the crazy conversation, but nobody was ever disrespectful. Nothing was ever made me feel uncomfortable. I mean, things would get heated when they would be trying to, you know, they were the whole "this women's fault." you know, it get a little intense then.
And I know that can
you
be,
know, but because I'm the only woman in here representing it, y'all, I think y'all gonna gang up on me. But other than that, it was really all. Right after that, it wouldn't be no rolling her eyes or I'm not talking to her. We would be back like nothing ever happened. So I do miss that and I do understand that. And I've also heard some guys, like when I worked at the corporate barbershop and I would get guys, I'm like, how you come here? And they like, well, I'm just tired of that whole riffraff in the barbershop. I get tired of that atmosphere or, you know, it's fights breaking out or cops always around.
Or
so
you
like
there for 4 hours for one haircut. That's the biggest thing that I hear is that people want to be in and out. Like if their appointment is scheduled at 12, they want to be seen at 12. They don't want to get there at 12 and be waiting until 3. You know what I mean?
I didn't believe that when I heard it. I worked in a barbershop and that didn't happen. Like I saw it, I'm like, that don't happen at our shop. Like, where are they going?
It's different.
And
it's levels to that shit.
I have a new
It
client, and she say all the time. She said, I just can't get over how, you know, punctual you are. Because my last barber, I go in there and I'm like, all right. She said, I'd be sitting there 2-3 hours waiting. Or right when I'm about to get in the chair, somebody walk in, or what they pay him extra to jump the line. That was another
That's
thing.
Some of the most disrespectful
like,
shit
what?
ever
Like,
to
I
me.
could never do that. Like,
Yeah, I could
you
never.
know what I do get a lot of?
I could never do that.
From men who sit in my chair that, you know, had male barbers prior to me. It's just like they say that I carry a certain level of meticulousness. Where though, you know how we clean them off really good, you know what I mean? Or we just
it's something different with the woman's touch.
It is.
And I get men doing women's hair. It's the same thing. I feel like so like I just feel like the guy Arrogant Tate lays the best lace wigs I've ever seen. However, as a female, I think Styles of Portia, she's from Philly, she does it too. But to me, they the best. The wigs look like they growing out of people's scalps. But I don't know what he does. But whatever he does, he does that shit. Like, he does that shit.
Yeah.
When I see other people, I be like, ain't like how he did it though. Like, I see it. But it ain't. It's
the touch is different.
So I feel like as a you know, just a woman barber.
And that just adds just another element to the experience too.
I think it's just the on my end, I'm a perfectionist. That's just me by nature. I pay a lot of attention to detail. So, you know, when I look at you, like, all right, I don't have a problem with looking at people in the eyes. So when they be giving me the googly eyes, I look right back at them and I'm like,
what you mean? Like when you shaping them up?
Yeah, when I'm shaping them up.
Don't look at me. I don't like it.
The one thing, you know what
I'm looking at your shape up. I'm not looking at you in the eyes.
When people cannot relax
their foreheads. Oh my God, sir, can you please relax your forehead? Or they like moving it up and down. Are you doing it on purpose? Like what are you doing?
So I do this little thing with my hot towel. I put peppermint.
Not just me. Okay,
I put peppermint
cool.
in my hot towel. I lay them back in the chair, wrap that round, and I like really massage their face while they under the towel, and they be sleep.
Corey said he not doing all that. I don't got time for all that. I'm doing 25 cuts a day. I don't got time for all that.
That jumps into what I mean about the compassion.
I like to give people. I always say I want to give people a good experience. So, like, you know, I feel like
going above and beyond is nothing wrong with that.
It's nothing wrong with it. I just know for
whatever
me.
you're gonna be the best at it. So if you're gonna be an asshole, be the best goddamn asshole. If you're gonna be a good barber, you're gonna be a good goddamn barber. Whatever you choose to be, you got to be good at it.
And you're gonna adapt to those. You're gonna adapt to those little finicky issues, like people.
So I don't care what people
but I don't do the hot tail thing.
I take an hour. Yes, I do. It really take an hour. Yes, it does. You're gonna pay for this experience, honey. You're gonna get it.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, that's
but it does drive me crazy, little stuff like that. But circling back around real quick to the double-edged sword, it does make you more aware when you do have that male that sits in your chair, or even a woman who's used to getting cut by a guy or whatever the case may be, and they make it known from the jump, like, I'm used to going to the barbershop. This is my first time letting a woman cut my hair, or whatever the case may be. You can tell they might be just a little bit uneasy. You do go in with a higher sense of awareness that their expectations, even though they might not subconsciously realize that their expectations are a little bit higher because you are a woman cutting their hair, but it is. I do go into the experience like that because that's what their expectation is. But I always know that I'm gonna come out, you know, I'm going to deliver higher than their expectation every time. You know what I mean? So it is a double-edged sword.
I feel like when I worked in the corporate barbershop, that was the reaction I got. Oh, you know how to cut hair? Or I ain't gonna lie, just being the black barber in the all-white shop. Like that really was it, because I was the only barber and everybody else was white, and there was mostly white people coming in there. It was, rock and roll, and so people like, oh, are you? I would joke with them. It got to the point where I get so annoyed, I'd say stuff like, they was like, oh, so have you ever cut hair before? I'm like, no, I just started today. But what you want?
Ain't that something? Somebody came.
I'm like, I was a CEO last week. I just started doing this. What you want? I got barber license, and they be like, you sweating in the chair. Then I turn around and look, and they like, oh damn, okay. Me, I don't let that bother the expectations of people bother me, because most people don't know what a good haircut looks like.
It don't bother me. I'm just aware of it.
I tell people all the time. Most clients don't really know.
It doesn't bother me, but you're aware of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm aware of it, but I stopped letting that get to me, because most of the time I got the finicky females that will come in.
They don't know what the fuck they want.
They don't know what they want. They don't know. But if they don't know what they want, they do know. Last barber I went to didn't use that one. Look, sis, my stuff is different colors. Like, last time I checked, I went to school. What the
fuck?
So, I mean, but I always deliver. My goal when I got people like that was to make them smile. Make them smile, make them relax. So once I did it, I don't really bother. It don't bother me, because I'm like I said, most people don't know what a good haircut look like. So you can't go. I feel like going in just knowing I'm going to deliver whether you like it or not. Like, you cannot say. You might say, I don't like my hair, but my experience was wonderful. Like, because people going, they're going to like what they want.
It sounds as if you ladies operate with some sort of chip on y'all shoulder.
But you do have to have a level of arrogance and confidence.
Am I correct in assuming this?
I got thick skin.
No, I'm just like, because all I'm hearing is I'm gonna be great regardless, kind of, sort of, and it's like, because I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that because of this, because I'm. Who?
No, I'm just saying, just in generally speaking, why would one not want to think that way? Why should a person not? Why should anybody ever have doubt in themselves if they,
I gotta be great on fucking purpose, tattooed on my own.
Yeah, well, so not you.
I'm just saying, like, because that's. I love this, like, because I operate in the same. It keeps me motivated. It keeps me driven. Just to know, like, somebody might doubt something about me. Oh no, you ain't gonna doubt these clippers, baby.
Exactly.
Like, if you would doubt anything, you ain't gonna doubt these motherfuckers.
It was hot in the shop, or I ain't like the music she was playing.
But the cut was
good.
Yeah.
I actually had a review like that. The guy said he was a Yelper, and he was like, great haircut. I just don't like how she cut my beard. So somebody asked for how it looked great. It just was too short. That was the review. So I feel like that was a good review. Because he didn't say it was a bad haircut. He didn't say the service was bad. He didn't say the beard even was ugly. He just said it was too short.
Yeah.
It can grow back, his hair.
Yeah.
But back to the chip on the shoulder thing, right? In a male-dominated industry, as a woman, right? If you want to identify yourself as a woman, and if we are sitting here saying that we are identifying in this industry that there is a male side and a female side, right? And you identify, because we have the non-gender people, and we have people who identify as different stuff, right? Now, yes, you do have a heightened sense of awareness, not necessarily a chip, but you do know that this person is looking at you not as a barber, as a female barber. Always first before you're just a barber. You get what I'm saying? So for me, I'm gonna speak for myself. And I know a couple other women barbers who feel like this too. You do go in it knowing that you're a female barber. If I go to a barber battle, a barber competition, you know what I mean? It's going to be 10 guys and 2 girls. Or you might be the only one.
I could read it.
Or just only you. You know what I mean? So, yes, you do. It's not a chip. For me, it's a sense of awareness. Like, you know that these people are looking at you like, you got a dick and I don't, basically.
I disagree.
I'm not saying that at all.
I have to be, and only because
I'm just saying it's something in you to like. Not it is if me saying chip on the shoulder was a bad choice of words.
No, it's not bad. It's just like.
But I'm just saying
it's
something in you that that fuels you to keep pushing to be as great as you can be. That's all I'm saying.
I really enjoy my craft. I love being an artist. Mm-hmm. That's really what it is for me. That does it for me. And I've always heard barbers were arrogant, cocky, this, that, and the third. But however, becoming a barber and getting that barber license, not just saying like, I cut hair on the side, but that solidifies it really solidifies things. So when people say, I mean, and no shade to anybody who's a cosmetologist that cuts hair, but I feel like when I got my barber's license, I was able to say I'm a barber. I'm a cosmetologist. I'm not a cosmetologist that cuts hair. Like, I'm a barber. I can shave. It is nothing I cannot do. I am not limited to anything. You know what I'm saying? The state board can't come in here and tell me put nothing down. I got this, boo. You see them 2 licenses on the wall? I got that. And I also feel like you have to have I've grown to understand the arrogance. Everybody was that stereotype of arrogant barber. You have to believe in yourself. You can't be in the chair shaking. Well, I don't know if I can cut. You gotta deliver.
Confidence is in there.
It's everything. You
Confidence
can't sit there and let clients intimidate you. How are you going if that's how you eat? I mean, this is how I eat. This is how I take care of my family, and it's done very well at it. And I want to continue. So I'm not going to have nobody coming in and think, I don't know, she was real unsure of herself. She was sweating, or I don't know what I did to her. I feel like I intimidated the guy that taught me because he was like, oh, you actually can cut. And I was like, yeah. He was like, well, I get a lot of females that say they barbers, and then when I see their work, they can't cut. I said, oh, no, baby, I'm a barber. I really can cut hair.
But I don't feel like a license make you a barber, though. I feel like at heart, honestly, all right, we all trash at first, right? I feel like nobody came out the womb or nobody came out cutting or doing hair like the perfect braid first. You never did the perfect braid
I'm
first.
Not gonna lie,
you never did the perfect cut first. None of that. All of that stuff was developed over time, right? But you're not going to sit here and tell me that just because, you only have your master cosmetology license, that means that, that makes you not a barber, or you can't identify yourself as this because you don't hold the license for that. If you show it's barbers, it's stylists out here. And you got to also think about how they set up this the law and the statutes thing. It's all to get money. It was never to make us feel like we were on a higher pedestal, that we had this grooming experience or whatever the case may be. It's for the state to get money. It's for tax purposes, okay? So when they decided, so with the whole cosmetologist and barber thing, I feel like, you can be a senior cosmetologist and have that experience and have been out in the field to the point where you know how to use a straight razor. Even if state board come in and say, okay, so since you want to go ahead and use that straight razor, you need to test right now and show me that you can use that straight razor. It's people out here that's using straight razors, doing every single thing that barbers are doing, licensed, right? Identified state barbers are doing, and doing it just as good or not, or even better than that person. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't take a piece of paper to validate me when I know who I am and what I deliver at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Can I tell you something?
Go for it.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I just got my license about 3 years ago. Maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
It don't take a piece of paper.
Here's the thing. For me, as a man, like, I was more proud of that than I was my high school diploma.
I feel like,
and because like I started cutting hair when I was 12, like, and I felt like for myself, like, I'm a fucking three-time college dropout. 3-time college dropout. 2-time barber school dropout. Honestly.
I paid out of pocket.
But yo, but like I dropped out of barber school 2 times.
It's hard.
But when I went, when I finally actually got my, did my apprenticeship and everything, went through the process of getting my license, that was a proud fucking moment for me.
Yeah, it's like you completed.
Yeah,
like,
because now it's like I can really, I'm a real barber now. I'm not just that guy in the shop cutting hair trying to hide from state board no more.
Yeah. Like yeah.
Okay, so let me ask y'all this:
it's a proud moment for me. I felt legitimate. I'm gonna fuck this word up. I hate a whole lot of syllables, but it legitimized some shit like that. I'm gonna fuck it up. I'm sorry, but because I felt like yes, I just took over the owner. I can't be fucking unlicensed getting my own shop. Like I just started my journey as an owner and stuff like that. Like and getting my license was like yes.
Yeah, I didn't want anybody to be able to come and say you can't do this, or we can take this because you don't have this.
Mm-hmm.
It was a proud time.
There's a lot of popular people out there today that have had this happen to them because of those reasons. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have this. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they get to this level of success, or popularity, but that's the max. Me, the sky is not the limit for me. I'm gonna go as far as I can.
That piece of paper opens doors.
It really does. And I'm not saying like, oh, it don't make you I know plenty cosmetologists that can cut circles around some people.
Yeah,
but it's skills. It's skills. You know what I'm saying? It's passion, it's skills. And I really feel like today, like I said, my experience in barber school, I really feel like it helped me as a stylist. Like I could cut with my eyes closed. Like I can with a razor. Like I can shave, and I choose to cut with the clippers. I can cut with the scissors. I can cut with a razor. I can cut with anything. I cut with a kitchen knife. Like I can cut. Like that.
But you can cut because you learned the skill, not because you got the piece of paper, right?
The piece of paper don't.
But I'm just
like
saying,
a goal, like for a person.
But because you learned the skill, right? Not because. So you didn't get the piece of paper first and then learn the skill of being able to cut with scissors, or cut with a razor, or cut with the clippers, or whatever.
Of course not, because you
have to right. That's
you have
all
to be
I'm
at
saying.
least. You have to be at least 16. I started at 12.
So, but what I'm saying.
So I'm like. Just as a person, like for me, it was a proud moment for me to say, I got it finally done.
Yeah. Like, no, and I don't take that away from nobody. It is a proud moment, right? But I don't want people who don't have it to feel like the young people especially.
All of that type of stuff, I feel like it's very subjective.
I really feel like if it requires credentials, why not get it?
Yeah, definitely get the credentials.
I don't want to go to no doctor to be like, well, girl, I did go to dental school, but they teach us all the same thing. But no, like, I don't want to be like, I want you to really, like I said, I grew up with it was put in me, the best stylists didn't have license. They the best ones. And that's why so long, that's why I went to high school at 20, dropped out, went back at 23, dropped out, then I went back at 27. So it was. But once at 27, I really had to make sense of it all. I'm like, you know what? No, that's not true. Like this paper means a lot. And there's so many girls that I went to school with was beasts, like bad. Like I know could be like everything. Didn't take the state board. Like the hours expired, waited too long, or just not even doing hair at all. So it's very few of us. Like you might have a graduating class at a beauty school of 100.
Oh yeah, we all know that. I mean, everybody
actually still do hair. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So that whole idea. Another thing is like with them telling you to open up your own shop. I think that's another issue for us females. We always want to do our own thing, and not saying it's a bad thing. However, I really feel like we great together. Like why can't we work together and really be successful? You rarely hear. Like my whole goal was to always have an all-female barbershop. That's my thing.
That'd be dope.
Every female in there can cut whatever. I mean, not she know how to cut hair. I'm talking about she can fade you down, like razor sharp.
That'd
she can do
dope.
Anything, like all female stuff. Like, that's my fantasy, my dream, whatever you want to call it. But I mean, when I meet other female barbers, it's like they can cut, but you can't do this. or their drive not there, or they too scared.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was a girl I was working with, nice, like she was dope, but she rather cut at home. That was like her safety net. Like she don't want to come to no shop. She don't want to do nothing, but she could cut. You know, it was like anxiety for her. So it's like it's really hard to, you know. So I take much pride in having my license, and because I feel like it really opened up a lot of doors for me that other people probably, you know, I feel like it'll motivate somebody. Like, you know, it's not discouraging at all to say, you know, because you don't have this, you won't get it. No, I really encourage people to go get it. Get as much as you can. If you can go be an esthetician or dermatologist over top of that.
In a lot of the competitions, you can't compete without a license.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And,
So,
you know, I've competed, you know, a few times, but those competitions mean a lot to some people.
Mm-hmm. They do. Oh
yeah,
no, I know.
because you know, like me personally,
they do.
The last one
Especially
I did, I only did it because my apprentice. I told him, if you compete, I'll compete.
Right.
I ain't give a damn about competing. I just so happened to place in third. Thanks for the trophy.
I competed.
Like I did it just so, and he placed second. When he placed second in his category, I was like, shit, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
I must know a little bit. Like I must be teaching the guys some shit. It was. I was more happy about his trophy than I was. I ain't give a damn about mine. I only did it because to motivate him.
Right.
So like, and I couldn't have did it if I didn't have my life.
Right.
Like it's different motivations behind things. Like it's just certain things that piece of paper can do. Mm-hmm. Because if I wouldn't have been there, like that guy I talked about in the last episode, that boy different. And that was a proud moment for me. Mm-hmm. So it's like, it's just, it puts you in a different, you know, it can put you in a different atmosphere.
Yeah.
And that's what I was so proud of. Like, cause I stuck with it finally. Like, realistically, this barbering business, it changed my life. And not to say this is all about the money, but the type of living I've been able to make, man, not one of them jobs could have ever paid me that shit. Not with my raggedy ass high school diploma. Yeah. Not without me breaking my motherfucking back. Like, that shit is near and dear to me. I love this shit with a passion. Mm-hmm. And I need this shit more than it need me. It got me through a shitload of hard times. And I don't mean to get fucking emotional about it, but like I needed my work. I needed to be in this barbershop. I was gonna lose my fucking mind.
That's the save your life.
And and you know, anybody who listens to this show, you know what the fuck why.
Yeah.
There's no way you can lose a limb and just be okay about it. I needed them clippers. I needed them running. I needed the kids running around here acting crazy sometimes. Yeah. I needed the shop nuisance to come in here and fuck with me. I needed to smell the hair. Mm-hmm. I needed to smell that shit. Like this shit's something special to me. It's deep in me. Yeah. Like, and looking at, and that's like my raggedy ass high school diploma. My resume is made up for fucking manual labor. I ain't built for this shit no more. I need this shit more than need me, and that's just how my love for it. Because I know if I couldn't have came in here to cut no hair, I'd have probably done a lot of the dark shit that I thought about. Mm-hmm. If I couldn't get here.
Saved your life.
It's a
Absolutely.
Blessing. It's a blessing.
When I'm fucked up, I overwork myself. Yeah, I have no idea what the fuck my life was like last night and this morning. Mm-hmm. But I came in here 11 o'clock. I cut 14 people straight, no breaks until y'all got here. This is the longest I've sat down all day. I didn't work. I worked through my lunch break today.
Same.
When I get in the bad mood, I overwork myself. So if I'm looking at the clock, I'm going on 12 hours almost now. Like I have a deep love for this shit. Like I need it.
I just feel like it's just I feel like us just as human beings, you need something to reciprocate the energy that you give, and that energy is just genuine admiration, like genuine just love for something, whether it is a person, a skill, or craft. Something.
It'd be the one thing on the planet that won't ever let you down.
Yeah,
and
ever.
To me, one thing I learned at Averas in Dundalk, it wasn't in the best neighborhood. And one of the things the owner, Mr. Larry, told us, he was like how he respects addicts because they're loyal and they have a different story. And it's like they're not addicts because they want to get high. It's just that wherever they go in that place, it takes away all that trouble. Because you don't know what these people going through. We don't know what each other, I don't know what you did this morning. You don't know what I did this morning. Well, we just learned that he cut all day. You know, mine is I've been up since 7 because I got a 3-year-old, I got a 14-year-old, and I got a 19-year-old, and I got to go to the grocery store. I just literally moved in my new place last night, and so I got a lot going on too, and took 5 clients and left and went and did this and made it to a podcast. So it's like everybody running on different things, and I really just feel like barbering for me. But I love not even just barbering, just the whole, just being able to do hair, like just being able to do everything. The barbershop has always been, especially the black barbershop, has always been a pillar of the community. I've had my white clients come to the barbershop on Howard Street and just like, I can't believe I'm in here.
Creatives need to create.
Yeah, exactly. So when they say
feel
that,
creative.
Yeah, and it's like when I'm off on Mondays and Tuesdays. So I got a lot to do now.
I actually hate my office.
I hate it. I don't watch TV. I don't talk on the phone. I don't hang out. I don't. My mother. That's who I talk to.
Off.
Oh, I'm watching YouTube videos on cutting hair.
Yeah, I'm never off.
Like, yeah.
Why?
You got a business to run. It's always something to do. It's never you can do something. You got errands to run.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh my god! But how often do you
editing to do? You have a lot to do. It's never off.
Yeah, because I'm still using that fucking video.
Yeah, but I feel like when you have that time for yourself,
No, I'm using that video.
Yeah.
I feel like, what about the time that you need to like just reflect and really give yourself a breather? You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I do find days I think I've done everything. I'm like super OCD with organization. So every Sunday I do my overhead. I order stuff. I order bulk everything, so I don't have to worry about doing things. I don't want to be overwhelmed with. All right, now I'm not cutting hair. Now I got to do my books for 3 days that I'm off. No, I'm knocking all of that shit out Sunday. When I get off at 1 o'clock, I sit in my shop, I clean it up, I do my books, go home, cook dinner, be with my kids. Monday and Tuesday, I'm chilling. I might see little things I pick up. So, but to me, that is, of course, starting out is like that, but to me, that's something you have to work to because you don't want to kill yourself. Like you can stress yourself out.
Can I interject real quick?
Sure.
That's why I stopped. That's why I took another day off.
Yeah, you have to.
I stopped working 6 days a week, like, I don't know, 2 months ago. To implement more balance in my life. Now, realistically, I still work on my off days. Right. But it's working in a different way. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm off tomorrow.
It's chill.
Yeah, I'm off tomorrow. I'm going to be editing that video tomorrow. Mm-hmm. That's my work for today. At my own pace. Mm-hmm. Like I said, like, I'm starting to understand I need to take advantage, honestly, of the leverage I've been able to create.
Yeah.
Because as an owner, I feel like I shouldn't be the hardest working motherfucker in here. I should be able to take the extra day off if I want to.
But that's I think that's kind of like the.
It's just me.
The fake side. No, but I'm saying a lot of people think that way. A lot of people really think because I'm the owner and I can't chill. You know what I'm saying? You gotta chill. You gotta give your brain to shut down. Like I'm one of them people. I would work so much. I would work 11 to 7 at the jail. Get drafted, fake sick, go home at 11 and do hair till 8 o'clock that night. And I had to be to work at 10:48. Mind you, taking breaks in between class in my living room, going to pick my kids up from across the street at school. And I would do that shit. And I worked 10 days straight as a CO. So like our schedules were, off, you get drafted, they take your days away. So I would just figure out a way to work it. And then when it got to the point where I would be at work falling asleep, and I'm like, I gotta choose. Like I can't. Like I was really growing as a stylist. I wasn't growing in the barbering part, but the stylist, I was good. And I'm like, I gotta choose. So I ain't gonna lie. One day I just went up there and put in 2 weeks, and I never looked back. It was the scariest day of my life. I went up there one day.
See, you're much more compassionate.
Like I just was like,
I just left my last job. I told them I ain't tell them motherfuckers I even quit till like 3 hours later. I was on my way to the barbershop.
I wanted my pension, so that's why I put it.
Yeah, I told them kiss my ass. I'm going.
I've never done that. But yeah, I really had. It's leaps of faith you had to take, and balance will get you through life. Like you have to have a balance,
and that's what I had to learn because
it's very hard. You learning it every day. I'm still learning it.
Yeah, and I think for one of the most important things to me is like I worked extremely hard to get, and I keep saying I worked extremely hard to get to the position like where I should be able to chill. That's not. I don't mind being a hard working motherfucker here. I don't care because I like being here. Right. I love it.
Yeah.
But like, I just felt like it was time for me to exercise it. Like, I know I can take a day off. So you know what? I will do it now. Yeah. But I have to find something else to do.
Do you think?
So I strategically want to. I'm sorry. I strategically prefer to record on Wednesday evening. Mm-hmm. So on my off day, I can still feel like I'm being productive. I'm working on, a goal. I'm working on something.
Do you feel like it's secretly a fear that, I don't know. I know sometimes I stopped this way of thinking, but I used to think like if I did take a day off, I'm going to enjoy it too much. Then I'm going to take another day and I'm going to just start to slack.
I know.
Like I used to think like that. Like, no, I ain't going to do that. I'm just keep working because as soon as I chill, I might get too comfortable.
I don't know how much attention y'all paid to my Instagram. I am relentless. It's an ongoing bet right now. Like when is Corey going to bring Thursdays back on the schedule? They just waiting for it.
Because they know.
They do not believe I can stop working as much as I do. They don't believe I can stop working. I can legit work every day if I wanted to. I just know I need to sit my ass down sometimes.
I feel the same way.
Yeah, I don't mind.
But it's good to sit your ass down.
And I'm understanding that a little bit as I sit in my recliner chair editing videos on Thursday. It feels good. Yeah. Like, but I don't have any intentions on working Thursdays for a while. But because I'm starting to understand it now. Like, because nobody works as hard as they work to, build a business, not to enjoy something.
The fruits of your labor.
Yeah, because if I wanted to work all day, every day, I could, but you put in that work, so now you don't really have to. Or you can pick and choose, or you can be more, you can be more stingy with your time and shit.
Everything you're not, it makes you everything you are. So I feel like if I'm not doing, I'm not doing these things because like you just said, you built it. Like the whole object is to get your money up so you can put your feet up. You done worked hard enough. Yeah. And it's not saying you're stopping. It's like, okay, it's just time to go to the next level. At every level, to me, I feel like you should get a more balance, a more sense of peace. But you more innovative, you more sharp. You even more encouraged. That's what teaching. Because you got to the level. I'm sharing my gift. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting other people, this is what I did. I'm inspiring others. So I feel like, you get to that point, but it only comes with proper rest. You constantly work. You forget about those things.
I have a very hard time sleeping.
I think that for me, right, work. Okay, so what we do, I'll say what we do. Now, I think that I am as consistent and persistent with what I do is because I'm not thinking about me, right? I'm thinking about my family. I'm thinking about the community. I'm thinking about the generations after us, Lord willing, if this whole earth don't burn down soon. But I'm thinking about yes, you do have to get rest. Balance is very important. I understand all of that. But when you want to have a team, when you want to expand, when you want to really influence and have a legacy, right? You got to put in the work. Like it's not no taking off days all the time or just, finding an excuse or whatever. This is dependent on, okay, stack your money so you can put your feet up, but stack your money so your kids can put their feet up, so your grandkids can put their feet up if they want to. It's not just about me as an individual. It's about the community that I'm trying to provide and influence and, and give knowledge and give a service to. So when I work, it's not just for me. It's for everybody. When I take a break, it's not just for me. It's for everybody. It's good for the business, So, yeah, that's what I think. I think that, you work as hard as you can, or not necessarily as hard as you can, but you just stay consistent and persistent with it. So you can see a long-term, so you can so you and your family and the community that you build can reap the long-term benefits. We're not on this earth just for us, just for you as an individual. You know what I mean? Like some days when I do want to put my foot up or whatever, and I know I got to do X, Y, and Z still, it's just like what drives me is this thinking about the generations after me. Who you doing this for? What you doing this for? You know what I mean? All right, go ahead, push through this, whatever tired feeling you feeling, get what you got to get done, and then, breathe. Right? And then go from there. But
shit, at the end of the day, shit gonna get done.
Things gonna get done. Look, I always say I'm calling, it's gonna get done. So I ain't really
sure at the end of the day, everything that's supposed to gonna get done gets done.
Like you had, I just feel like with me, like I said, I'm not saying take off work or call out. That's why you create structure. Mondays and Tuesdays is my day off. Thursdays is your day off. I don't know when your day off is, but those are the days I take off, whether I choose to edit, I choose to restock, do inventory or whatever, but it is my off day because I'm relaxing, I'm recuperating, I'm recharging the battery. And you have to do that. You are not freaking invincible. Like this is a temporary.
And then another thing, I'm sorry, but and then another thing is like I have children.
Yeah.
That right there puts fire under a different. I would think I don't have kids, but I got nieces, and that right there puts a different type of fire under certain people to like grind it out for real. Like, absolutely.
So I teach my sons also the same thing. Like my sons, I would say from my experience, my sons saw me constantly work. And I'm not gonna lie, that's not a good thing for kids to see all the time. It's how you work. So if you just punch the clock. So when I left corrections, I feel like that's when I inspired my sons to, okay, now I see what work is. Work is actually not hard. It's really effort. You have a lot of people who lack effort and consistency and persistent. And that's not, you can say consistent and persistent, but what are you doing it for? What is the end result? Will you put in, what are you investing yourself into? So I had to really show when my son saw me go work in the shop and we still living good, we still doing this. It was like, oh, okay, I get this. It's not about
my son come to work with me.
Yeah, my son come to work with me. They help me do stuff. They help me order things. When I did have the house, they would, clean up. It's just like you inspiring them whether they want to cut hair or not. They know, like I really feel like I inspire business-minded kids because my kids always coming up with something. Mom, you know what we could do? We could do this.
I think it's just a difference in terminology at this point because I'm listening to a lot of what you're saying. It's like it's not really a thing of. It's been extremely selfless, and when you think about you think about the community, the generations that you're doing it for, and stuff like that. That's why, like, I think my issue right now is I'm having a hard time. But I feel like we're saying the same things. I just think the verbiage is different.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, like Dominic comes to work here.
Mm-hmm.
My family here with me.
Mm-hmm.
Blood here with me. My son here with me. My son is here with me every Sunday. And he sees daddy do his business. He sees how things are done.
Like this
whether he wants to cut hair or not, he gonna understand the value of being self-employed.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I think we're really saying the same thing.
Things. Yeah, it just
like, we're just saying it differently.
I just think we're speaking from a different.
I think we're really saying the same thing. We're just saying it really differently because that's all I preach.
Yeah. Just saying.
Nah, son, Dominic. No, come on, you do it. Nah. I'm gonna fire your ass because you keep being late.
My son was my assistant. The second phone. All right, I don't want no more clients booking on my phone because I want to have my own phone. So this is the business phone. All right, this phone broke. So I'm like, look, I'm gonna let you use the business phone until you get your phone. When the client book, I need you to let me know. You know, he was doing good, but then one day, hey, client, I booked the appointment. I ain't get no confirmation. You fired. Like you done messed up already. So I mean, but it's all done out of love. It's all done out of just teaching.
It's really just different ways of communicating. Really, it is funny because when I'm sitting here listening to when I'm what you're saying, I'm listening to what you're saying. I'm thinking about what I want to say. And I'm like,
it's all the same.
It sounds like she just said exactly.
It's all the same thing.
Okay, I got it now.
I like this barber thing. I like it. I never really cared to do the celebrity hair. Not saying I don't want to, but if the opportunity comes, I would love to. However, I really just like.
Name one celebrity you would like to style or cut.
I would love to do like a sports.
Come on, give me one person. One person.
I ain't gonna lie. I want to cut LeBron hair. I do. For real. I do. Because I can fix it. I know I can fix it. I can fix it. I'm telling you. His beard, everything. Because he got the joint, right? But now this leaving. I got him.
It is doing something wicked back there.
Yeah.
That's
him.
One you would do?
We the same age. He can hold on to a little longer.
Kevin Durant.
All right, what's the guy with the I don't know. Yeah, that's a tough one, girl.
Who are you talking about? James Harden?
Yeah,
the beard. Mm-hmm.
But Kevin Durant, I ain't gonna lie. Like, no disrespect. I like Katie, but my son showed me this video. This guy was on TV brushing his hair from the TV. Like, he probably gets some serious ways.
Celebrity wise. Mm-hmm.
Have you ever cut any celebrities?
Not that I know of. No, I don't think so.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I don't want name drop.
Mine would be Nas.
That part.
I want to do that fade. If I could do that fade and that part one time.
I don't know.
I do that shit for free.
I'm scared.
I even shot my shot one time. Because the guy, who's the guy cutting out his hair? Down in Atlanta. I forgot him, but I know I inboxed that nigga like, let me know if you need me to fill in, because now I was coming to Baltimore. I think he was on tour with Mary J. Blige. Everything I didn't DM, like, let me know if you need me to fill in. Like if I ever, I'm sure I posted it on Facebook before. It'd come up in my memories at some point in my life. Like if I ever get to do that fade one time,
I could fade it. It's just that the moon. I feel like
I've been working on
perfect.
I've been working on my style of half moons for like the last couple of months. I'm gonna figure it out. Yeah.
I've never seen him and question who his barber was ever. Not ever.
And
it's been the same cut. But I mean, it switch up every now and again. But yes, that's one person I can't ever question. Their barber.
I know as soon as I pull up Instagram at some point, he gonna pop up right there. Yep, that's his name. I forgot his damn name. But that's mine. You can't think of one?
I'm thinking. I can't think of one.
It could be a style cut,
Like that I just would love to do.
Yeah, because I know I've looked at a lot of celebrities' hair, like what the fuck happened to this?
If they could just if they just did it.
Yeah. If they just hit that one little
part.
Should turn the corner of that joint real quick. And they need me down I think that all the time. They need me on set. What was that movie that Tyler Perry came out with?
Tyler Perry movies, basically. I know they
What
came
was the
out
last one
with
with the dude with the bad fade?
Oh my God.
Which one was that?
The newest one. It came out when we was in quarantine.
But you gotta remember when Shamamo was in one of his movies?
Yeah.
With them bad braids.
Yeah.
So I feel like
that was before Tyler Perry. Matter of fact,
that was a Tyler Perry
movie.
Oh yeah,
because he worked in the steel mill at the time.
I feel like they purposely do that. But one thing I've learned, and this was recently, I learned that a lot of actors do their own hair. Because there's not a lot of actors and actresses. Actresses just they do their own hair because they say it's not a lot of black stylists on set to do their hair, and I think that's like really interesting, and that's like a really topic that's not discussed.
I see it changing now.
I think I would miss the barbershop atmosphere too much.
I feel like I could be on call. I did Fashion Week once.
I can do like a day or two, but I would need to get back to the barbershop.
I did it for 2 days, and I realized like, all right. That was enough.
Yeah.
That was good.
As much as these people drive me crazy, I go crazy without them too. Like I would need that barbershop atmosphere.
But that's your break to get away. So if I could have that,
give me like 2 days in the barbershop, 2 days on set, something like that.
I can't say.
At some point, I'm gonna drop down to 4 days a week.
Yeah, I couldn't.
But I know I hook LeBron. I know I would. I had that bed tight. All of that. Like they ain't gonna question nothing. They gonna be like, oh, this one, yup. On the way to be moved, yup.
That'd be dope.
Got him right.
Right. I'm gonna use it.
I ain't gonna lie. I want to cut Brandon Scott hair though. I do because I feel
like that would be a good one.
I really feel like.
But you don't think his cut for his picture, like his main picture that came out,
he still got that real neat bush.
It's so neat. It's so neat.
I thought they did a good job.
I really feel like it's really neat. I just feel like the shape is not him.
I feel like it needs a cruddy brush.
I feel like not necessarily cruddy. I just feel like it needs to be shaped differently. Because I feel like it looked like it got this globe.
I like it
real high on top.
I liked it when it was first done.
I feel like
definitely. I thought it was nice.
Remember when on Martin when he was wearing the tent like in the later season?
Yeah.
I feel like that right there, Brandon Scott. Like, if he just come down
a little taper.
Just a little bit. That shape up is on point.
Yeah, I can see that.
He got that shape up together. He definitely did. So, but yeah, I think it's just a little too high on top. Or he could, get him some, enhance his curls and get the curly look.
I would have to see.
Can I ask you a question?
Like. Mm-hmm. You've been asking all the questions.
I know. I'm supposed to. Are there any barbers in particular, like just like online? Are there any barbers in particular that y'all might go look at for inspiration?
Okay, yeah, a lot.
No, so okay, cool. How about you?
Mm-hmm.
I need to know y'all top 5s right now online. And I'm not. It can be whatever, like whether it's how you run your business, their cuts, whatever. Just
all right. My top 5: K. Duncan. I think that's
Kenny
his
Duncan.
Name. Kenny Duncan. Okay. Tyrese Jackson. That's his last name. I'm not good with last names. Original Barber Doll. I don't even know what her real name is, but
she dope.
Yeah, she's really
right?
good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's this guy.
Maybe at 4. That's 4, right?
That was 3.
Shit. All right. What we got?
Dang. He not. Their language is a different country. Hold on.
Oh my God. I don't think I've come across a barber from across overseas.
He's in a different country
for me to see.
But they sick. I mean, their whites, their colors, and everything.
What? I don't know. It was a couple barbers in Russia.
Right.
They nice.
I don't even look that far.
They follow me.
I don't follow them all. I don't follow everybody.
When they like my picture and I go to that page, I'm like, I know they boy like that.
That's cool for me.
Looking at that shit like that.
I follow so many people in like So I'm not the person that has more followers than people I follow. I actually follow more people than actually follow me, and I don't care because I like to just see things. I just have a broad and
Wait, what is it again? What y'all saying?
Like the barbers in Russia, in Sweden, their fades be like impeccable, and it's.
I don't look that far.
I love it, especially when they like
that density. But that density, the type of hair that they deal with. To be able to fade that efficiently on that type of hair, they don't even be needing any kind of enhancement sometimes.
See what I mean? This is a woman's touch type of shit. Like, because I don't look that far.
I just feel like I cut any hair. So but when I notice with them, it's more of like the blend. Like a lot of times when you
that's all I care about right now.
When you cut straighter hair, people don't focus on the blend because it's straight, and you just feel like, oh, it's just gonna fade easily. But they really blend, and you can really see a transition from bald to the 0 to the 1 to whatever, and it's long on top. And then even with them having straight hair and they doing the comb over, the pompadour look, the transition from the longer hair to the short is like perfect. You don't see any like hard weight lines, no lines of demarcation, none of that. It's just the graduation is just so efficient. Now, I don't know if they use filters. I've heard a lot of people do that.
A lot of people use filters and be editing the mess out of their pictures.
I did not.
That's another reason why I don't look that far, because a lot of those pictures be bogus.
Yes, I didn't know that till recently. Until somebody, what's it, Marvy Marv, him, he posted. I was like, dang, all that time I didn't know it really looked like that. So.
Hold up. I'm sorry. Hold up. Pause. I gotta get y'all top 5s because I want to go home.
What was?
You was at 3.
I can't think of the guy's name. Hold on.
But you said he was out of the country.
Yeah, he was out of the country. And then number 5, I don't have a number 5. I would say I like local people. I like you. I like Nate. I like the guy. Damn, what's his name, y'all? I can't think of his name. I like a lot of people in Baltimore. Really, I mean, they reachable.
This is top 5.
This is just throwing.
Just throw out 5. It ain't gotta be in.
So I like Stacey Cuts.
She the one who did Coming to America, right?
I've been following her work for years.
What's the other show? Blackish.
She did House Party too.
She been around for years.
A long time. I like the original Barber doll. I like the girl. What's her name? Buff the Barber out of Houston. I like his way. He out of Houston.
You know one out of Houston.
I can't think of her name. She probably pop up on my Instagram, but she out of DC.
She's the barber.
And she's a barber.
She's the barber.
No, not her.
Oh, okay.
No, not her. Mickey the barber. That's her name. I think she out of DC or Atlanta. But so that was Brandy Lachey, Stacey Cuzlive, Mickey the barber, Buff the barber, and myself.
Period. I know that's right.
Daddy.
Yeah. I'm the original Daddy. You ain't watched Making a Man? Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
You watch the Chappelle Show?
I watched that too, but I'm not big on TV.
No, you don't want Making a Band.
I don't be remembering stuff.
I do. Dylan. Who your top 5?
Dang, everybody laughed with me. Shit, I'm just saying, like, okay.
Let me see if I hadn't even thought about my top 5.
How you gonna ask us a question you can't give us the answer to?
Because I wanted to think. Right. I wanted it to be organic. I didn't want to have it to be rehearsed. All right, no particular order. My top 5 right now. Smash the Legend. Sneed the Great One.
Oh, I love him too. Yeah.
I Cut Pro. I'm gonna say Chris Too Faded.
That's dope.
It motivates the shit out of me. And
dun dun dun.
Yeah, like who the fuck? I'm gonna say myself.
Yeah.
I'll say myself. Okay. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if it's true or not, but I just feel like I've been cutting my fades, been getting way better lately.
I ain't gonna lie.
I don't know what's been different, but
with my hair, the curly hair, like just just being groomed and just look like a microphone.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how I always want my haircuts to look. Some people get faded and you be like, I want your hair to look like a microphone. Like that's how evenly, like how Steve Harvey hair weave used to look.
Yeah, it's that passion. Like
Steve
you always want to keep getting better.
Weave?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Steve Harvey.
That's one of the first.
Steve Harvey was bald at Def Jam in like 91.
What are you talking about?
Hold up, Carrier. You didn't know?
No.
Say anything.
You never watched Def Comedy Jam?
Yes, but he had an afro.
Watch when he turn around. His head, he damn near bald in the middle.
That's why he went bald.
I gotta watch it again. It's been years since I watched it.
Yeah, I watched it.
Bernie Mac. I knew that one. I knew that one.
And I ain't gonna lie, I recently learned it like 2 years ago. And it wasn't until one time somebody pointed out an episode of the Bernie Mac show, the wig was lifting up. And I was like, and then I remember he was on Moesha and he had the little texturizer with the high face. And I was like, he can't do that. He can't transition like that.
Yeah, I gotta go home and watch this.
You do. I knew Bernie Mac, but I'm gonna have to revisit the Steve Harvey one.
Cannot.
Yeah, Bernie.
I had no idea. Y'all just taught me something.
Yeah. The mustache is real.
Yeah, mustache is authentic.
Ain't it crazy how stuff can be so anything
and
can be fake now, y'all? So like a mustache, a beard, like everything can be fake now.
I love that though. I love that I could just spot it.
Why see?
Wait, no matter how good it looks, you can spot it.
Like that's the artist in me. It's just like if you a doctor, you can just look at somebody and tell what the hell they need or what's going on and not know how to fix it.
There's compassion all over again because I be wanting to turn off. I be getting annoyed by this shit sometimes. I just wish I could turn off sometimes and not think about it sometimes. Like
I'm a visionary. I can look at stuff. I can measure. Like that's
some days it's just like, oh my god, I keep trying to fucking people haircuts. Like I can't believe it.
I don't get out enough much now to stare at nobody's haircut though.
It doesn't matter. Whoever walks in the shop, I'm staring at them every time they ain't mine.
Haircut, eyebrows, hair going out your ear, your nose. If you got hair,
that's the thing about
I just wish sometimes like I wish I could just clear it out everything.
I pay attention to all of that. So I don't do eyelashes, but I like eyelashes. I pay attention to when they too thick. I can tell who got good ones and who got bad ones, cheap ones, looking ones. It's hair. It's just when I see whatever is hair.
Your eyes going there.
Yeah, well, lady, look, I'm sleepy.
Yes. It's cold down here. You got us in this ice box.
It's not.
I'm trying to do like this.
I'm normally sweating down this bitch. Even my metal room getting cold.
Bring all my body in together. I'm like, it's chilly
like my
down here.
whole right side about to freeze. I don't know what kind of fucking metal this is. Yeah, I'm cold as shit.
No, I was cold too. I was like, damn, I'm cold.
Yeah, but shit. Man.
Well,
thank
you for having us.
Thank y'all. This is
happy Women's History Month to all the women out there, all the aspiring female barbers. Go out there and just get it.
Yeah,
get your license.
Tell them how they can find you, please. Tell them how they can find you.
Everybody, anybody. Do it, y'all.
Do it.
Okay.
Get it
Shout
done.
out y'all socials and everything. Let people know how to find you.
I'm LaCaria Meyer. Y'all can find me at LaCariaMeyer.com and Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, all of that at LaCaria Meyer. LAKARIAMEYER. It's just I never was good with like the whole dressing it up kind of thing, like giving myself a nickname.
It just come to you.
It's my name, LaCaria Meyer. That's it.
I'm Quan, so you can follow me at Quan La Barber on Facebook and on Instagram, King_Queen Quan. And you can go on QuanLaBarber.com or QuanLaBarber at Booksy, and you can Google me. So you can find me.
Period.
All right, I guess it's my turn. As always, thank y'all for listening. Now, go to cutsbykb.com. Go buy some shit, please. Like I said, no, don't go buy some shit, but no. Cuts by KB. I would like y'all to buy some shit. But cutsbykb.com, of course, follow us on Instagram at Cuts and Shit Podcast. That's KUTZNSHIT_podcast. Follow us, keep up, and all that good shit. Thank y'all kindly. Be great now. You hear?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
You ain't hit it with the rest of the sentence? God bless you. Good night.
No, I know that.